Right now, Guru, though, I didn't
House
hear the
is clean.
vacuuming music, but the house does look very nice, and we have a guest. His name is Kirk Broussard. He is, I'm just going to read his Twitter bio. Man of God first, love my family second, pro football coach third, community activist, motivational speaker, sports talk radio analyst, scouting, player evaluation. Kirk, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. How are you guys doing?
Hey, no complaints. I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but any relation to Chris, Kirk?
Not that I know of. I think there is some relation. A lot of Broussards are related. I have not ran into him at a family reunion, though.
That's a very unique last name. Kirk, you spent some time doing some running back coaching over in Detroit. I want to ask you about the running back situation in Oakland. Obviously, the health of Darren McFadden is very important, but they did bring in local Bay Area kid MJD. What do you think about the running back situation over in Oakland?
Well, as you mentioned, it's really going to be important for McFadden to be healthy. But I like it. I like what they're doing. I like some of the guys that they were able to re-sign on the offensive line. I mean, that's going to be really key. Bringing in Maurice Jones-Drew, I think he still has a lot of juice left in him. I think D-Mac has a lot of juice left in him, and I think it's going to be a great tandem with those two guys running the football for him this year.
Kirk, my pleasure to have you on. Thanks for coming on with us here. A couple nights ago, the Niners had their first preseason game, and Carlos Hyde, he showed some flashes, and I know a lot of people are, hey, it's preseason. But do you think you played the position that, obviously that's where it has to start. Did you get an opportunity to see Hyde, and do you think he could take this into the regular season?
You know what? I watched that game. I did catch about a quarter of that game, and I like the depth that he's going to provide. I mean, I think Gore still has a little juice left in him. So I think he's still going to be the man there. But I think Hyde's going to provide, a good change of pace in the backfield. And I like what I saw out of him in that preseason game a lot. I think he's a hard runner. I liked him even back at Ohio State. So I think they definitely added to their running game. And I like what they're doing.
Kirk Broussard, NFL running back coach and analyst. Follow him on Twitter at Kirk Broussard _NFL. Kirk, what do you think about the running back position as a whole? I remember the era when I was, growing up, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, there was a lot of importance placed on it. Now it seems like they're pretty interchangeable. What do you think about the evolution of the running back position?
I think it's definitely evolving. You look at the game now; it's kind of evolving into more of a passing game, and then I think what they're doing is they're compensating for the running back with a lot of dual threat quarterbacks. Are kind of providing that, that running aspect and that running threat also. So I think it's going to be running back by committee in a lot of places. I mean, you're not going to see that bell cow guy that you see back in the Smith and the Barry Sanders days. The game is evolving into more of a passing game. I'm not certain, but was it this year where there was not even a back draft in the first round, I believe?
Yeah.
So it's tough. And, I think in the NFL you're always going to have a run game, but it's definitely going to be backed by committee. I mean, it's such a short shelf life for that position, so people just don't put a lot of high value on it, it's in that regard.
Kirk, I want to ask you your thoughts on Colin Kaepernick. He signed a contract in the offseason. The team's been to 3 NFC championships in a row. They've yet to get it done. Do you think he's ready to take that next step in his career and get the Niners to the Super Bowl?
That's going to be tough. The Niners are always going to be in the mix because, number one, it starts with Harbaugh. I mean, he's a great motivator of men. He's built an awesome team there. I love the way he's built the team, the chemistry of the team. But with Kaepernick, like you said, they re-signed him, and then again you have that second-tier type quarterback that's getting a big deal, which is a little questionable, in my opinion. But can he get him over the hump? I mean, that's a lot to wait and see there. In my opinion, I just think he still has some limitations in the passing game. I mean, I just feel like with him, it's really tough to see this guy like getting over the hump. Not that you really need that quarterback that's just a pure passer. I kind of feel like he's plateaued. I don't see him getting much better, within the last 2 seasons. So that's going to be a tough one there. But these days, I think he has enough juice to get them, possibly into the Super Bowl because the defense is outstanding and they got a great running game.
Kirk, You're a motivational speaker. Obviously, that's a very important part of coaching football. Looking at the Raiders and Dennis Allen, do you get a sense from him that he has the locker room, that he's motivating these guys to play as good as they can?
You know, that remains to be seen. I do know he picked up a few new coaches. I think the DB coach from Minnesota came over, and so I know he had some really good coaches in place. I think, you know, he's definitely getting more of a command and more of a feel for being a head coach and command of the locker room. I just don't know if they have the Jimmies and Joes to win or to be a playoff team. I mean, I just don't know if they have the talent all around to get it done. The thing I really would have liked to see them do for Schaub is to get more weapons at the receiver position. They have a few guys like Little and some other guys that they picked up, but I just don't really know if these guys have the talent on the outside to give them that passing threat that can really stretch the field. So it remains to be seen. I think so far he's done a good job under the circumstances, and, you know, I think they will be improved this year coming up.
Kirk Broussard, no relation to Chris that he is aware of. He's a jack of all trades, man of God, pro football coach, community activist, motivational speaker. Follow him on Twitter.